because I think that's the most important thing for a human to do, is to be proud of themselves.
No longer facing that same scrutiny, being able to let all of that leave your mind.
How did a baseless rumor about Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston spiral into a media frenzy? What started as a tabloid claim dragged Michelle Obama and their daughters, Malia and Sasha, into unwanted speculation. Despite Aniston's denial, the story refused to fade, fueled by viral misinformation. Why did the media keep pushing this false narrative? How did Malia and Sasha get involved? And why did the Obamas remain silent? Barack Obama has been no stranger to public scrutiny, but even after leaving office, the speculation surrounding his personal life has not faded. Unlike many former presidents who stepped back into a quieter existence, Obama's influence has remained strong, keeping him in the public eye. However, this also means that his name is constantly at the center of rumors, and this time it involves none other than Hollywood actress Jennifer Aniston. It all started when a sensational story made its way across tabloid covers, suggesting that Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston had a secret connection. The claim, which first emerged in 2014, resurfaced in 2024 when In Touch Weekly published a controversial feature titled "The Truth About Jen and Barack." According to the tabloid, the two had become unusually close, leading to whispers of a secret relationship. The narrative quickly gained traction online, with social media amplifying the rumors. Soon, questions about Michelle Obama's absence from certain public events began to fuel speculation that there was trouble within the Obama family. Michelle's withdrawal from public engagements was seen by some as a sign of discontent. Media analysts noted that she had been noticeably absent from high-profile gatherings, including events that former First Ladies typically attended. This led to a surge in theories suggesting that Barack's rumored friendship with Jennifer Aniston was at the center of their marriage troubles. While there was no actual evidence to support these claims, the speculation spread rapidly, with various outlets adding their own twists to the story. Jennifer Aniston, who has faced relentless media scrutiny regarding her personal life for decades, found herself at the center of another storm. Over the years, she has been linked to numerous high-profile figures, often with little to no basis in reality. The media has long been fascinated with her romantic life, particularly after her divorce from Brad Pitt. Every friendship, every casual meeting, and every social interaction she has with a male celebrity tends to spark unfounded dating rumors. The same pattern seemed to be repeating, but this time, it involved a former president. As the rumors continued to swirl, speculation shifted toward Michelle Obama's reaction. Historically, Michelle has been vocal about her marriage, often sharing insights into their relationship during public appearances and interviews. She has spoken about the challenges they faced while Barack was in office, balancing his political responsibilities with their family life. However, her silence on the Jennifer Aniston rumors only intensified the media frenzy. Some saw her refusal to address the gossip as a deliberate attempt to ignore baseless claims, while others interpreted it as an indication that there was truth behind the speculation. Social media played a critical role in keeping the narrative alive. Unlike in the past, when tabloids were the primary sources of celebrity rumors, platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok allowed misinformation to spread at an unprecedented rate. Users who were eager to engage with sensational stories amplified the rumors, creating viral content based on unverified claims. This only added more pressure to the Obama family, whose names were now being associated with the controversy. Amidst the growing media storm, a new twist emerged. Malia and Sasha Obama were suddenly being dragged into the conversation. Having spent much of their lives in the public eye, the two daughters of Barack and Michelle Obama had largely avoided the media spotlight in recent years. However, the persistence of the rumors forced them into an uncomfortable position. Some reports suggested that they had privately addressed the controversy, while others claimed they had chosen to remain silent. Either way, their names became linked to the ongoing speculation, leading to further media interest in their lives. Malia and Sasha had always been cautious about their public image. Growing up in the White House between 2009 and 2017 meant that every aspect of their lives was closely watched. From their schooling to their friendships, the media had followed them extensively, analyzing their every move. Their parents made a conscious effort to shield them from excessive exposure, ensuring that they had as normal a childhood as possible under the circumstances. Even after their father left office, they remained largely private, focusing on their education and personal careers. Malia, in particular, had chosen a path that kept her connected to the entertainment industry. After graduating from Harvard University in 2021, she pursued a career in film and television, working behind the scenes as a writer and filmmaker. Sasha, on the other hand, took a different route, attending the University of Southern California and leading a relatively low-profile life. Despite their efforts to stay away from unnecessary attention, their association with the Obama name meant that they could never completely escape public curiosity. The sudden resurgence of the Jennifer Aniston rumors placed them in an unexpected dilemma. If they addressed the controversy, it would only add more fuel to the fire. If they remained silent, it could be interpreted as an indirect confirmation of the claims. The media took advantage of their silence, speculating about their private thoughts and reactions. Some sources claimed that they were standing by their mother, supporting her through a difficult time. Others suggested that they were frustrated with the continuous media intrusion into their family's personal affairs. The scrutiny of the Obama daughters was nothing new, but this particular controversy brought a different level of attention. Unlike past instances where they were primarily observed as the children of a sitting president, they were now being framed as key figures in a growing media scandal. Even without making any public statements, their perceived stance on the issue became a topic of discussion. As the narrative evolved, Jennifer Aniston finally responded to the rumors. She addressed the speculation in an interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live in October 2024, dismissing the allegations as completely false. Laughing off the absurdity of the claims, she stated that she had only met Barack Obama once and that she actually knew Michelle better than she knew him. Her remarks were meant to put the rumors to rest, but they only had a limited effect. While some media outlets moved on from the story, others continued to push the narrative, questioning whether she was being entirely truthful. Meanwhile, Barack Obama himself had not publicly commented on the issue. Given his experience in dealing with media controversies, his silence was not unexpected. Throughout his presidency and post-presidency, he had maintained a strategy of avoiding engagement with baseless speculation. However, this time, his daughters were caught in the middle, which raised questions about whether he would break his silence to protect them. The impact of the rumors extended beyond just tabloid gossip. It became a discussion about how public figures, particularly women, are often dragged into scandals that have no factual basis. Jennifer Aniston had experienced this cycle many times before, but for Malia and Sasha, this was a new and unsettling experience. The debate around their involvement also highlighted the way misinformation can shape public perception, often without any substantial evidence. Despite Jennifer Aniston's denial, the controversy did not completely fade. Instead, it continued to resurface in different forms, with new angles being introduced to keep the conversation alive. Some claimed that Michelle's continued silence spoke volumes, while others pointed out that Barack and Jennifer had never been spotted together in a way that suggested anything beyond a professional acquaintance. Regardless of the truth, the story had already taken on a life of its own, proving once again how difficult it is to control narratives once they gain traction in the digital age. As the media continued to analyze the situation, all eyes remained on Malia and Sasha. Would they eventually break their silence and address the rumors? If they did, how would they frame their response? And if they chose to stay quiet, would that be taken as an admission of something deeper? These unanswered questions only fueled further curiosity, setting the stage for the next chapter in this ongoing public spectacle. The role of the media in shaping public perception cannot be underestimated. In the digital era, where information spreads within seconds, narratives are often dictated not by facts, but by how widely and rapidly a story circulates. The rumors about Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston followed this exact pattern, taking a life of their own despite a lack of credible sources. What started as speculation in a tabloid quickly became an online phenomenon, with countless social media users adding to the narrative. The power of misinformation lies in its ability to feel true even when there is no supporting evidence. When In Touch Weekly ran its sensationalized cover story about Obama and Aniston, it was designed to attract attention. not necessarily to report the truth. The magazine's choice of wording, accompanied by carefully selected images, made it seem like there was an underlying reality to the rumors. People who saw the cover in passing or encountered a social media post repeating its claims might not have even read the article, but still walked away believing that there was something to the story. This cycle is not new. Over the years, public figures have been caught in similar media storms, often with little recourse. In the past, rumors would remain confined to tabloid pages, discussed in gossip columns, and eventually forgotten. However, the rise of social media has changed everything. A single post, even if baseless, can spread across platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, reaching millions within hours. Social media amplifies speculation in a way that traditional media never could, making it nearly impossible to contain once a false narrative gains traction. Jennifer Aniston is no stranger to this phenomenon. Since her rise to fame in the 1990s, her personal life has been a favorite topic of the media. Whether it was her highly publicized relationship with Brad Pitt or later speculation about her desire to have children, the media has repeatedly constructed stories around her private affairs. What makes this particular situation different is that it involves a former president. Barack Obama, having spent 8 years in the White House and remaining one of the most respected figures in global politics, has also been subject to rumors in the past, but few have been as widespread as this one. The resurfacing of these claims in 2024 coincided with a period of heightened interest in both Obama and Aniston's lives. Michelle Obama's absence from key events fueled speculation that something was wrong within the Obama household. Aniston, on the other hand, was promoting new projects and making public appearances that made her a frequent topic of discussion. The convergence of these factors created the perfect storm for rumors to spread unchecked. Despite having no basis in reality, the controversy surrounding Obama and Aniston was treated as an unfolding drama by online communities. Comment sections were filled with theories, debates, and claims that ranged from reasonable skepticism to outright fabrication. While some dismissed the story as another baseless tabloid creation, others latched onto the idea that there must be some truth to it, given how widely it was being discussed. This is one of the biggest flaws of modern media consumption. People tend to believe what is most repeated, not what is most accurate. As the conversation escalated, the focus inevitably shifted toward Michelle Obama. Her absence from former President Jimmy Carter's funeral in 2024 was particularly scrutinized. While several public figures also did not attend, media narratives suggested that Michelle's decision was personal rather than logistical. These theories were further fueled by the fact that she had also been absent from other notable gatherings, leading some to speculate that she was distancing herself from the public due to marital problems. However, there was no official statement from Michelle or her team regarding her absence, leaving the media to fill in the gaps with speculation. Political families are often the subject of relentless media scrutiny, but in this case, the speculation extended beyond Barack and Michelle. Their daughters, Malia and Sasha, were suddenly being linked to the conversation, despite having no involvement in the rumors. This was not the first time their names had been used to generate headlines. Since their father's presidency, the media has shown an unusual interest in their lives despite their efforts to remain private individuals. Malia and Sasha grew up in the White House, experiencing a childhood unlike any other. From an early age, they were taught to navigate public life with caution. Their parents worked hard to ensure they had as normal an upbringing as possible, shielding them from excessive media exposure. Even after leaving the White House in 2017, they continued to prioritize privacy. Malia pursued a career in film while Sasha focused on her education. Neither of them sought the spotlight, yet their names continued to appear in discussions surrounding their family. What made this situation different was the intensity of the scrutiny. The internet was flooded with discussions about how the Obama daughters might feel about the rumors surrounding their father. Some speculated that they were quietly supporting their mother, while others claimed that their silence was proof of deeper family tensions. The reality, however, was far less dramatic. There was no confirmed statement from either Malia or Sasha regarding the rumors. Their names were simply being used to add weight to an already viral story. The way in which public figures' children are dragged into controversies is not a new phenomenon. Other political families have faced similar situations, where the children of presidents or high-profile leaders are treated as fair game for speculation. Chelsea Clinton, Ivanka Trump, and the Bush daughters have all, at different points, been subject to media scrutiny. In many cases, their personal lives were used to push narratives that had little connection to reality. As the Obama daughters became increasingly linked to the discussion, public curiosity about their personal lives intensified. Even though they had not spoken publicly about the rumors, people were dissecting their every move, searching for signs that might indicate where they stood. Social media users analyzed their recent public appearances, their social media activity, and even their body language at unrelated events, looking for clues that might suggest whether they supported their father or were taking their mother's side. This level of scrutiny placed them in a difficult position. Addressing the rumors directly would only give them more traction, making it seem as though there was something worth responding to. On the other hand, remaining silent allowed speculation to continue unchecked. It was a lose-lose situation, one that public figures and their families are all too familiar with. No matter what action they took, the media would find a way to twist it into a new angle for the ongoing story. As the controversy gained momentum, Jennifer Aniston eventually decided to set the record straight. During an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live in October 2024, she addressed the rumors directly, calling them completely false. She emphasized that she had only met Barack Obama once, and that any suggestion of a deeper relationship was entirely fabricated. Her statement was meant to put an end to the speculation, but as with many viral stories, denial did not necessarily mean the end of the conversation. Some media outlets moved on from the story, acknowledging her comments as the final word on the matter. Others, however, continued to push alternative narratives, questioning whether she was downplaying the extent of her connection to Obama. This is another common feature of modern media. Once a story gains traction, it is difficult to completely shut it down, even when those involved provide direct denials. Barack Obama, known for his ability to navigate media controversies, chose not to respond publicly. Over the years, he has developed a reputation for ignoring baseless rumors, refusing to give them legitimacy by engaging with them. However, this situation was different in one key aspect. His daughters were now involved. Whether or not he would eventually speak out to defend his family remained a lingering question. Despite Jennifer Aniston's clear denial, the controversy had already left an impact. The rumors had reached millions, and for many, the initial headline was more memorable than the subsequent clarification. This is the challenge of fighting misinformation. Once a false claim spreads, disproving it is far more difficult than creating it. Even though no credible evidence supported the allegations, the story had already cemented itself in the public consciousness. As discussions continued, attention remained on Malia and Sasha. The question was no longer about whether their father had any connection to Jennifer Aniston, but rather about how the daughters were handling the media storm. Were they frustrated? Would they ever break their silence? And if they did, would their words be enough to finally put the rumors to rest? These unanswered questions ensured that the media attention would not fade anytime soon, keeping the controversy alive longer than anyone had anticipated. Malia and Sasha Obama had spent most of their lives in the public eye, but they had always been careful to avoid unnecessary attention. Growing up in the White House meant they were constantly under scrutiny, yet their parents worked hard to give them as normal a childhood as possible. Even after Barack Obama left office, both daughters continued to maintain a low profile. Malia pursued a career in entertainment, while Sasha focused on her studies, both staying away from the political sphere that had defined their early years. However, the resurfacing of rumors linking their father to Jennifer Aniston disrupted this carefully maintained privacy, dragging them into an unfounded controversy that neither of them had any involvement in. The media quickly began speculating about their reaction, analyzing their public appearances and online presence in an attempt to determine where they stood. Some suggested that their silence was a form of quiet disapproval, implying that they were distancing themselves from their father. Others argued that by not addressing the issue, they were silently supporting him. In reality, there was no evidence to suggest that either Malia or Sasha had responded to the rumors at all. Their names were being used as an extension of a larger media narrative, despite their clear disinterest in engaging with it. Malia, having entered the entertainment industry, became a particular target for speculation. She had worked behind the scenes on various television projects, but now her professional life was being overshadowed by tabloid stories unrelated to her career. Some outlets claimed that she had deliberately distanced herself from her father, pointing to her decision to use Malia and professionally instead of Malia Obama. While this was common for many in the industry who wished to establish themselves independently, in her case it was spun into a supposed statement against her father. Sasha, though living a more private life, was also subjected to similar scrutiny, with every public sighting and personal interaction being analyzed for hidden meaning. This was not a new phenomenon. Children of political figures have often been drawn into media speculation, regardless of their personal choices. Chelsea Clinton faced relentless public attention during her father's presidency, as did Ivanka Trump and the Bush daughters Jenna and Barbara. The same pattern was now repeating with Malia and Sasha, who had done nothing to warrant the attention, but were nonetheless being discussed as though they had a role in the controversy. Meanwhile, Barack and Michelle Obama had remained silent on the issue, following a strategy they had used in the past. Throughout his career, Barack had been the subject of countless rumors, many of which were completely baseless. His approach had always been to ignore false claims, rather than give them credibility by engaging with them. Michelle had taken a similar stance, refusing to address personal speculation that lacked any factual basis. However, their silence did not stop the media from continuing to fuel the discussion. Michelle's absence from certain public events had already been misinterpreted as a sign of marital trouble, despite there being no evidence to support such claims. Jennifer Aniston had publicly denied the rumors, calling them completely false during an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. She clarified that she had only met Barack Obama once and actually knew Michelle better than she knew him. Despite her clear statement, speculation persisted, with some outlets questioning whether she was downplaying the extent of her interactions with Obama. This was a common pattern in media coverage. Denials often did little to erase a story once it had gained traction. As the media cycle moved forward, the controversy slowly began to fade, replaced by newer headlines. However, the impact of misinformation lingered. Even without evidence, the story had been seen by millions, and for many, the initial claim was more memorable than the subsequent clarification. This highlighted the challenge of fighting false narratives in the digital age. Once misinformation spreads, it becomes difficult to completely erase. For Malia and Sasha, the experience was another reminder of the reality of being part of one of the most recognized families in the world. Despite their efforts to live private lives, their names would always attract public interest. Even when they had no involvement in a situation, they could be drawn into media speculation simply because of who they were. While the controversy was fading, it was unlikely to be the last time they would face such scrutiny. As the media frenzy surrounding the Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston rumors continued, it became increasingly clear that the narrative had moved far beyond the original claim. The rumors had no factual basis, yet the discussion persisted, largely fueled by social media speculation and click-driven news coverage. While some had accepted Jennifer Aniston's public denial and moved on, others continued to dissect every angle of the story, looking for any sign that there was more to it. As a result, the focus shifted toward Malia and Sasha Obama, with many questioning why they had not spoken out. The assumption that the Obama daughters would or should comment on the situation was misplaced. Unlike their parents, who had spent years in the political arena and were accustomed to addressing public scrutiny, Malia and Sasha had always been private individuals. They had never been vocal about political or personal matters concerning their family, and there was no reason for them to start now. Yet, this did not stop media outlets from speculating about their silence, analyzing every aspect of their lives to create a narrative that aligned with the ongoing controversy. One of the most widely circulated claims was that Malia had subtly distanced herself from her father in response to the scandal. Some media reports pointed to her decision to use Malia and professionally rather than Malia Obama as evidence of this. However, this claim ignores the fact that many individuals in creative industries choose to use different names professionally to establish their own identity separate from their famous families. There was no statement from Malia indicating that this decision had anything to do with her father. Yet the idea persisted because it fit the larger narrative that the media had constructed. Sasha, who had maintained a lower public profile than her sister, was also subjected to similar speculation. Some claimed that her decision to live in Los Angeles with Malia was part of a conscious effort to stay away from the political world associated with her family. Others suggested that she had quietly sided with her mother, though there was no actual evidence to support this. In reality, Sasha had always been independent, choosing to focus on her own life rather than being pulled into public controversies. The media had a history of using public figures' families to drive narratives, and this situation was no different. Over the years, the children of politicians had often been scrutinized, even when they had no direct involvement in their parents' work. In some cases, they were criticized for their choices, while in others they were praised for supposedly taking a stance. The truth, however, was often more complex. Many of these individuals simply wanted to live their lives without becoming symbols of public debate. As the controversy persisted, the pressure for someone in the Obama family to make a statement grew. With Barack and Michelle maintaining their silence and Malia and Sasha staying out of the discussion, speculation only intensified. Some suggested that the family was deliberately avoiding the issue because there was something to hide, while others argued that their refusal to engage was a strategic move to let the story fade on its own. Jennifer Aniston's denial had been clear and unambiguous, yet it had done little to stop the spread of misinformation. The media landscape thrived on controversy, and as long as the story attracted attention, it was unlikely to disappear completely. Public perception often relied more on the repetition of claims than on the verification of facts, meaning that for some, the rumor would remain in circulation regardless of how many times it was disproven. Barack Obama's approach to the situation reflected his broader philosophy on handling false narratives. Throughout his career, he had faced countless misleading stories, from conspiracy theories about his birthplace to claims about his policies that had little basis in reality. His response had always been to focus on what mattered rather than getting distracted by unfounded speculation. In this case, addressing the rumors would have given them more weight, so he chose to remain silent. Michelle Obama had taken a similar approach. While she had been candid in the past about the challenges of maintaining a marriage in the public eye, she had never engaged with baseless rumors about her relationship. Her absence from certain events had been misinterpreted as a sign of trouble within the Obama household, but there was no official statement confirming or denying this speculation. The lack of response created an information vacuum, which the media was eager to fill with more conjecture. The persistence of the rumors, despite multiple denials, highlighted a larger issue: how misinformation spreads and becomes embedded in public discourse. Even when stories are debunked, they are often longer because they are more entertaining or sensational than the truth. This is particularly evident in the way celebrity and political rumors gain traction, shaping perceptions even when there is no factual basis for them. For Malia and Sasha, this controversy was just another reminder of the challenges that came with being part of one of the most well-known families in the world. They had done nothing to invite attention, yet they found themselves being used as symbols in a narrative they had no control over. No matter how much they tried to live private lives, their names would always carry a level of public interest that made it difficult to avoid being drawn into media speculation. As the story slowly began to lose traction, replaced by newer controversies and headlines, the impact of the misinformation remained. The rumor had been widely shared, and for some, the initial claims would be more memorable than the subsequent denials. This was the challenge of fighting false narratives in an age where sensationalism often overshadowed facts. While the controversy surrounding Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston was fading, the broader issue it represented was far from resolved. The way in which the media and the public consumed and spread unverified claims ensured that similar stories would continue to emerge. For the Obama family, this was simply another chapter in a long history of media scrutiny, one that they had learned to navigate but could never entirely escape. As the controversy began to fade, the Obama family remained silent, allowing the media cycle to move on. The rapid spread of misinformation had briefly placed them at the center of speculation, but as new headlines emerged, the attention shifted elsewhere. Still, the impact lingered, as false narratives often outlast the denials that follow them. Malia and Sasha Obama continued to avoid engaging with the rumors, maintaining their preference for privacy. their silence was interpreted in various ways. Some saw it as quiet disapproval, while others believed they were simply refusing to fuel the speculation further. Despite attempts to drag them into the controversy, they remained focused on their personal and professional lives. Barack and Michelle Obama also chose not to respond. Having dealt with baseless stories in the past, they understood that acknowledging rumors often gives them more weight. Jennifer Aniston's denial had been clear, but misinformation thrives in a media landscape that prioritizes sensationalism over facts. As the media shifted focus to other stories, the episode served as another reminder of how quickly falsehoods can spread and how difficult it is to completely erase a narrative once it takes hold in public consciousness. With that, we have reached the end of today's video. If you have come this far with us, be sure to check out other videos on the channel.